Hi there, my name is Amlan, and in today's tutorial for Explain with Examples, I shall be explaining with examples what the concept of associative array means. In our earlier tutorials, we have already seen what a simple array looks like and what it actually means. A simple variable can contain only a single value. That's where the concept of array comes in. When we define an array variable, we can hold more than one value. So we have already seen in our earlier tutorials. Let me see if I can just show that tutorial of mine when we covered that. Well, in this tutorial we have seen how we had a name array variable and we stored four values inside it, and when we actually printed out the elements of this array, so what we did was, I will just see whether I can quickly show it. So when we printed out the variable name, which was the array variable, it printed out on the screen like the three indexes, and along with it the values which we had defined inside those indexes. So the 0th indexes carries a value of Amlan, the first one carries a value of Prashant, and that we can actually see here. So this was a simple array variable wherein the indexes are like 0 by default, starting from 0 by default, sorry, and then like as we proceed it's 1, 2, 3. So the first index carries a value of Prashant, the second index carries a value of Dave, third index carries a value of Ronald. And then when we want to print out the array indexes, like the way to do it is by calling the array followed by the index. But in associative array, the indexes are actually defined by us. We don't keep it to be the default 0, 1, 2. So that's what today's tutorial is all about. So I have just created a file, and this is chapter 14, and this shall be 14 ASOC arrays. So let me now point this file to the right path. And you can see there is nothing on screen because I have actually printed out nothing on the screen. And I will just check whether everything is okay. Just save this, perfect. So our connection to the server is well established. And now, like I've already told you all that when we basically define a normal array, it's like the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3 by default. But here what I will do is I will actually tell you all. Actually, this is more about a school wherein the different subjects have different weightages. So, say there are four subjects, max. So this actually are now the indexes. So equal to sign following like prefixed and then the greater sign, and then say this has a value of 30. Say physics. Uh, Say this again has no, not again, this has a value of 20. Say chemistry, say has a value of 20, and say history has a value of 30. Yeah, so just a minute guys. Oh, I'm so sorry for the odd break. Actually, my mom had called in. And like we have now defined the indexes and the values inside the array. And the only thing to note here is that the indexes should actually come inside single quotes. So just give them single quotes. So you can see how they are neatly changing to a color red because I have used my textpad editor to make a few uh, changes in the way I write my code or the way the code looks when I actually write them, so that I get a good feel about it. Well, now you can see that we have defined our own array indexes. It's not 0, 1, 2, 3 by any means. Now instead of 0, we have a value, or rather we have an index of max which contains an integer value of 30. We have uh, like we have an index of physics which carries an integer value of 20. So let's try and echo this out first, just to note whether things work or not. Sorry, the line terminator is semicolon. And I'll just do one thing, just bring it here and bring it here. What I'm expecting is that it should actually print out array on screen. So that's it, it's perfect. And now if I like print out max, sorry, you can see it has printed out the value 30 because the index max for the marks array variable contains a value of 30. So we'll try and do the same thing what we did earlier. We'll try and apply the printr function to the array variable, and what we can do is we can surround it by pre-formatted tags. Just bring this up and just save this, and now if I look at it, oh, it's just give me a moment. Silly me, like I forgot to close my quotes. In fact, I had double quotes. We can also have single quotes. The difference between single and double quotes, we have a tutorial on that. So in case you're wondering what it is, please go ahead and check that tutorial. So now if I save this and now if I reload, you can see that it is first outputting 30 because we had first echoed out the max index for the marks variable, array variable, so it has a value of 30 assigned to it, and then we have used the printr function for the marks array variable, so which neatly lists out all the indexes along with the corresponding values. And since we have surrounded it with pre-formatted tags, so which practically means that the print, or rather the output on the screen, will be as it is and without no spaces being skipped. So this is how all the elements, like all the indexes, sorry, or the keys, whatever you may call it, along with the values, are neatly displayed on screen. So why it is called an associative array? It's called associative array because now each of the indexes have some association with the values which we have given. This is unlike a simple array wherein we simply use it for storing values, like the values stored thereby automatically occupy the default index value starting from 1, or sorry, starting from 0. Here the indexes don't start from 0. When you see max here, if we did not write max here, it would have been a default value of 0. So what max has done, it has replaced the default index value of 0, and when we assign the value of 30, it is now having a link to the index, that's max. They are associated, and that is why such type of arrays are called as associative arrays. So this is how associative arrays are different from simple arrays. I hope this difference is now practically very much clear now. And same like how we added earlier also, like I will just do one thing. I will just add another index, and here I will write biology. I will just close it, and then I will give it a value of, say what, 70? No, 20. And say I just save it. And now if I reload it, you can see we have now successfully added another index, and this index now carries a value of 20. Obviously, if we are talking of weighted averages, the sum of the weighted averages cannot exceed 100, but this is a hypothetical example just for people who may try to point out that this cannot be a real case. This is just for making you understand how we can add indexes on the road dynamically, because that is what we shall be requiring when we make dynamic based applications. So knowing how to add indexes on the go, maybe making use of loops and thereby adding indexes, so that is something which we'll be doing in the near future. But before that, I just wanted you all to show what associative arrays mean and how you can add indexes to it, and what is basically the terminology, or rather the concept behind calling it an associative array. Here the indexes have an association or a relationship with the values in some manner, and they replace the default indexes in the normal array which start from 0. So here the indexes are not 0, 1, 2, 3. The indexes are the one which you create, and the values for those indexes are related to this index. The values for the indexes are related to the indexes. So max here carries a value of 30, physics here carries a value of 20, and all that. And hopefully that makes sense. Until next time, it's me, Amnan, signing off. Thank you.